for us, it is important when we face one of these big projects which have a big meaning for the city or region or even the country in this case. It is important for us that the approach is really focused on the urban planning, in which urban decision we are going to take. Of course, there is the function and there is this kind of stuff, but this always plays a secondary role for us. At the end, what we wanted is the best possible contribution to the urban fabric or to the city of Torun. And that's the point that we end up, because we realized that the program that they asked for, it was just, had as a consequence a very big building when you put all these things together. And this building didn't fit at all into the scale of Torun, into the scale of the city center or the buildings around. And that's why we developed this idea of dividing, let's say, the program into this kind of different stones. You can call it on a poetic way, stones in the park. And it was important because once you reduce the scale, so it's not a big building, but 6 smaller buildings, this automatically start to fit into the urban fabric. That's the main principle of this project, independently for a lot of other stuff, of course. I was visiting this city during the competition. It was my first time in Torun while we were developing, and I was amazed by the city center because they have these steep roofs. There are a lot of pitch roofs, red roofs, and I was amazed by this. And I wanted we wanted to reproduce it somehow or be related to this. On the other hand, you have this kind of green belt, which is the area where this project is allocated, together with some more other public buildings, etc. And that was the point. We wanted to bring these 2 worlds together. Of course, it's not city center what we are doing, but they should be somehow an echo of the city center in the way we are interpreting, the shapes of our project. Somehow, green crystal roofs in the park. It's an echo of the city center, but of course interpreted not on a kitsch way, but on a, let's say, modern-oriented way, because it's still, of course, it is fresh and modern oriented and thinking about the future.